clicking. How are you doing? I hope you are doing amazing. We are in the Gambia. Yeah, this is one of the smallest countries in Africa. It's pretty small. It's almost the size of Nairobi. Oh, this is a small country, but it has big people in here. It has big things going on, and I'm super excited about this episode because today I am sitting down with another billionaire from the Gambia. Oh my goodness, this guy is inspiring, you know. On this channel we do travel and lifestyle, so we're taking it from a lifestyle perspective. Let's sit down with a billionaire, okay? Let's talk, okay? Let's learn, Who knows? He might inspire some of us to be billionaires as well, okay? So let's go meet up. Imagine it's 7 p.m. and it looks like this. This is crazy. If it was in Kenya, it would be so dark. So dark. So today we are at the beach. This is where we are meeting the billionaire. Oh my God. Talking about billionaires, I just saw my dream car. What is God trying to tell me? Oh my God. What is God trying to tell me? You guys know that my dream car is a Jeep, right? A red Jeep. That's exactly what is in front of me. Is God trying to tell me something? Is God trying to tell me I'm gonna be a billionaire and own a red Jeep? Oh my, let me just show you. If you're new on this channel, Jeeps are my dream cars. And a red one is exactly what I want. And it's straight ahead of me. Let me show you. Oh my goodness. No, it's not this one. It's not this one either. But it's this one. Oh my God, a red Jeep. This is my dream car, you guys. Exactly this. What? Oh my God. Today I am in the Gambia. And I am very excited to bring you this episode because I am with someone who's doing an amazing job, not only in Gambia, but across Africa. It's such an honor to meet you.
My pleasure, Trudy.
For those of the people who do not know who Taft is, who is Taft?
Taft, I am, shall I say, a 25-year-old guy?
You're sure you're
Mustafa
25?
Njie is my name, and I'm Gambian. And I've been in property development for all my life.
Oh, wow.
And I have expanded, the biggest place I went is Nigeria, where I developed the golf estate. Yeah, my background is construction. Everybody knows me for real estate development.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So, what was your childhood like?
I've always been a cool guy, not stubborn. I mean, my mom always tells everyone that, look, he's always been a cool guy, You ask him to do something, he'll sit where he is and he'll obey. But if I remember, sports-wise, I played basketball in high school, and then I played volleyball up to the national team. I started my life very early. My working life was very early. I started working at the age of 18. Immediately, I left high school.
Oh, wow.
So my childhood, I was a typical Banjul boy. If you know Gambian Banjul, what it means,
Were you a bright student?
No, I don't think so. I think I was an average student. In class, I was probably an average student. Out of 30, I'll find myself in the upper average.
Oh, wow.
Between maybe, we sat exams, between the position of 10 to 15.
How did an average student get to this point?
Destiny just brought me here.
Oh, really?
Hard work.
Oh, wow.
Hard work. I mean, actually, it doesn't necessarily mean that those who are at the top of the class in a high school, or even in college or in uni, will end up being the most successful. I think there are a lot of reasons why one is seen to be successful or not. So somebody might be very privileged, you know, and will do extremely well in school, has everything, and then you know, end up not being very serious in life and can mess it up. And I can say probably because I was so technically passionate and you know, gifted, I never had an opportunity to do that in school. You know, I only did a subject was woodwork. So if everything I did at the time was technical, I would have probably been a very bright student. Because I mean, I didn't like literature, I didn't like all the sciences, I didn't like all the social sciences. So how can I be a bright student? Because that wasn't something I liked. So what I love and like and enjoyed was more technical, working with my hands. I never did that in high school.
That's very interesting because these days you have students being told, you know, if you're not number one, if you're not top in class, then you're joking with your life, you know. I'd like to see the other side of you that many people might not know. Lifestyle, basically.
All right, lifestyle. I'm a father of 5 girls. I don't have any son. All girls. And I'm surrounded by my wife.
Sorry. I'm the only son, yeah? Thank you.
I have one adopted son, huh? I have one adopted son. And then obviously my wife, and also 3 sisters and a brother. So call me a ladies' man if you wish. I'm always surrounded by ladies. At work also, I've got 60% of my management team are all ladies.
So you're empowering women.
I think the women love to be around me. I think they are God sent. They are God sent. Yes, I do empower them, but I think I'm just comfortable with that. But apart from that also, I mean, I'm a type of person who's very relaxed. I mean, I think I enjoy life. And when I say enjoying life, it doesn't mean that look at the expensive ornaments about life, but the nature of life. Like for example, running on the beach or walking on the beach or hanging out with friends. I mean, those are things I enjoy. I love hanging with the young. You know, young minds. I mean, it just keeps me bubbly. It keeps me bubbly, you know. I mean, I've got a lot of friends who are very young. I have my very best friend, yes, who's my age group. I hang out with, you know, people of the same age. But these days, I think I am more connected to the young than those of my age, and I love it. Because, you know, again, I think the young people are more innovative. They're more adventurous. They have a lot of energy to burn. And I think I have a lot of energy with me.
Okay. So why did you decide to go into real estate?
I think, you know, I believe a lot in destiny. Huh? Yeah. So I believe the reason why at school I was more passionate about woodwork, it's because I was destined to go into this field. But I mean, I keep on underlining the word passion, passion, passion. I was very passionate about this. And those days, and even now, not many people who've been to high school would love to do woodwork. It was something I was very proud of. I mean, despite the fact that, you know, others were doing sciences and other subjects. I then picked up a job when I left school teaching woodwork. And then from there, I was employed with an international construction firm as an engineer's assistant. And I loved what I was doing. People call me a workaholic, but you know, when you love what you're doing, when you're passionate about what you're doing, you don't feel what others feel. While people are thinking, "Oh, you must be tired," you never feel tired because you're enjoying it.
They say when you love what you do, you never work a single day.
Yes. Oh, I love what I do. I love it up to now, and I've got a very innovative mind. I mean, I'm always thinking about, okay, what can I do new? Some of the things that happens to me, for example, when I would watch movies, I mean, and my wife always, you know, raises this. Are you watching a movie or are you looking at something else? Whilst probably people are focusing on the characters that are acting the movie, I'm probably looking at the background. I mean, the way the house is built, the way they're going down the hill, you know. And I pick my innovation, my inspirations from things like this.
So you watch movies because we see some motivational talks online. They say, oh, if you want to be successful in life, don't watch movies, sleep 4 hours. They say things like that. So to hear you say watch movies, like, okay, wait, hold on.
I watch movies because when I get home, at times I'm very relaxed, and then my wife is watching a movie, so I watch a movie together with her. Or my kids, even my grandkids. You can easily get carried away with the type of movies they're watching. You will always find something through movies. You never know. Something can just pop up and then it clicks up in your mind and something comes out.
So when you were a child, did you see yourself being where you are today?
No. I never thought about where I would be. I was just flowing with time. There wasn't any moment where I will, think about, okay, oh no, by this time, where do I want to be? And up to now, that's my lifestyle. I take things as they come. And as long as I enjoy it, I'm happy. My enjoyment is everything. You saw what we did for Valentine. It was all innovative. It came out of a thought, and then we made it happen.
Yeah.
Now it's over. I'm thinking about something else. You guys are coming. It's fun for me. Okay, what do I do with Trudy and 𝙁𝙤𝙧, to start working on the program. I'm always looking up to something, and that keeps me always thinking, and it keeps me bubbling.
Okay, so where you are right now, you are an employer. About how many employees do you have?
In total, across the countries that we operate, I would say about 500.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but the thing is that most of the people who work for us are contractors. For example, in Nigeria, when we were fully building the golf estate, we had over 110 contractors.
Oh, wow.
So now 110 contractors, each of them on average probably will have about 15 to 20 workers working for them. So we mainly do the marketing bit, management, accounts, the supervision of it, project management. That's what we do. But the actual work itself is all subcontracted out.
Okay.
Yeah.
How comes you're so accessible, or are you?
I am very accessible. I stop for anybody. That's something I've promised myself. I answer every phone call.
You do?
Yeah, every phone call that comes in, I answer. Then when I answer, I respond. If you ask me for something I cannot do, I tell you, I'm sorry, I can't do it. I don't drop any call.
Because for many people like you, it's really hard to reach them, People don't even know where they are, whether they are around. But I have realized you're someone who's, people's person. People say hi to you all over the place.
I think it's something I got from my mom.
Yeah.
I was very close to my mom. My mom passed at 87, 2012. Yeah, about 10 years ago. But I could say even at that age, I was a mommy's boy. And some of the things that I do, when I was busy at work, when you think I was most busy at, let's say 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I'll drop everything I'm doing and drive to go and see my mom. And it's from here all the way to there. It would take me about 30 minutes or 45 minutes, and then sit down and have a chat with her at her level. And I think my mom, left a lot of things with me. That's being a people's person. And that's the way she raised us. So, for example, family doesn't only mean my immediate kids and my wife. It means a whole big extended family. So you might meet somebody in the street and he will tell, or she will tell you, oh no, Taft is my brother, or my sister. Here, actually in our own ethnic group, we don't have cousins, we have brothers and sisters. And we're all closely knitted. But I believe in, treating everybody like myself. And it doesn't cost you anything. Accessibility, I think yes, I'm very accessible. Not many people at my level will be accessible. But I just feel, I should be accessible.
Okay, in the Gambia, when you mention the name Taft, almost everyone knows who you are. So what is your legacy? What would you want to be remembered for?
Well, I want to be remembered for impacting people's lives. As many as possible. when I'm no more, anytime my name pops up, if you have somebody being, having been a billionaire or so, it's, oh yeah, I had listened to Taft at this time and he inspired me in doing this, or he assisted me in doing this. For me, that's what my legacy, I would like to see my legacy, or want my legacy to be. I don't want to be remembered for the houses I built. I don't want to be remembered for any wealth I've left behind. I want to be remembered for lives that I've impacted.
Okay. Who are some of your mentors?
Oh, mentor. I've got people who actually have passed on. Obviously, they've mentored me. But I have role models. I have role models. People like Nelson Mandela. You can see the mall. Yeah, the mall is named, Madiba Mall, named after Nelson Mandela. There is his portrait there. And everywhere you go, you have the quotes everywhere. And for me, for every African, we should try and emulate Mandela. One, he went to prison for 27 years. He came back, he reconciled, and pardoned all those who offended him, those who even at one time wanted to take his life. And then he stayed for one term. He was elected as president. What we see today in Africa, we have lots of presidents. They are elected to serve 2 terms. And even after what is constitutional, they want to change the constitution. And Mandela had all rights to stay as long as he wanted. But he only served 1 term and then gave way. And that's a lesson for every African leader. That look, you cannot just take all. Do your bit and move on. In business, my role model is Richard Branson. Adventurous, always breaking the glass ceiling. That's who I am.
Well, what is one thing people do not know about you?
My greatest weakness is parting with people. I can't break relationship. Actually, when somebody does wrong in the business, I find it difficult to fire him or her.
Oh wow! So how do you deal with that?
Well, what I do, most of the time, I can react immediately. I can react immediately and say, oh Lord, he or she should be fired. Let him go. But then, by the time I go to bed and think about it, I think about the far-reaching implications. Okay, I'm sending somebody home who's probably feeding a whole family. Then I start being empathetic. Was I right in sending him or her home? So it takes a lot of time for me to part. So at times I'll have others do it for me. Tell them, okay, get rid of him or get rid of her. But I'm always being very empathetic, thinking, well, maybe I should give him or her another chance.
That's a big lesson for people like me. I have a long way to go. I can relate to the few people who I have met. Letting go of someone has been very difficult. You're always scared, like, am I making the right choice? Is it the right thing? What if I regret it?
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I can really relate with what you just said.
Yeah.
When it comes to business, what is the biggest lesson you have learned?
The biggest lesson I've learned is to keep relationship and not to burn bridges. Never ever burn bridges. If you want to part companies, make sure it's done nicely, amicably. And I have a lesson to tell about burning bridges. When I left my employer and starting my business, I was doing construction. So we left, in good faith. So I had a contract to go and paint, our telecommunication headquarters. And I didn't have the scaffolding. So I needed scaffolding, and so I went to some European company that had it, but they were trying to punish me for leaving my employer. My employer was British, so they didn't want to give me the scaffolding. So I went back to my employer and asked him to go and get those scaffolding for me, and he did it and gave it to me at no cost.
Oh wow!
And I think the reason was because we parted company, amicably. So don't ever burn bridges. No matter what you do, always make sure that things are done amicably. There is an end to every relationship. Even if you get married, one day one will pass on and leave the other. So there must be an end to everything. In business, in the relationship, there can be ends. But whatever one does, one should always make sure that it's very amicable. You might need to come back on that bridge to find your way out.
That's great advice.
Yeah, never burn bridges. I never burn bridges. I always try to make things, even if we have our differences, I want to always be amicable in the way I do things.
What do you do for fun?
Fun. I'm 65, man. When I was younger, yes, a lot of party. I partied.
You partied a lot?
Oh, yeah. I partied a lot. I mean, at the age, yes, I partied a lot. Even when I got, married to my wife, we went to club every weekend. Every weekend we go
But how are
clubbing.
you able to balance that and still be, a successful businessman?
You work hard and party hard, man.
That's interesting.
But I love my music. I love my music very well.
What kind of music do you listen to?
Oh, I listen to Senegalese music, or
Really?
Senegambian music, which is called mbala. I guess probably you'll know Youssou. I'm crazy about Youssou. The last time I tweeted, he comes here annually and does a gala. Actually, he's coming back in March, and I tweeted that this was the 47th year I'm attending his show or his dinner. Should I stop or not? And it was very interactive on Twitter. I will only stop when he stops. As long as I'm able to go, I love his music. I'm crazy about him, and he knows. He's my very good friend. And anybody who knows me knows how much I love his music.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who are some other musical legends that, you have enjoyed their music through the years?
Soul music, Stevie Wonder. I love his music. In our own days, people like James Brown, the rock and roll and so on. I love also country music. I listen to country music. At our own times, there were musicians we listened to. Though I'm not of the same generation, but I also like Nigerian music, like the Davidos and the Wizkids.
Yeah.
I don't listen to them.
That's nice.
And also, there's some upcoming Gambians who are pulling some big crowd now. And they pull a big crowd, bigger than any artist that comes here. And really, I also adore them for what they're doing. Two of them I know is ST and Giselle. I think they have potentials to go beyond the boundaries of this country.
What is a typical day in your life like?
A typical day, it depends. A typical day, I wake up very early in the morning after my prayers. We get up very early at about 6 o'clock. Then do our prayers. I belong to a sect called the Tijaniya sect. And apart from our prayers that we pray, 5 times a day, we also do the wird, that's the beats that we count and we pray. So I do that. Then from there, I hit the beach. I go onto the beach. I do on average about 10,000 steps. I don't jog anymore because, when you get older, you have to be careful with your joints. So I walk very fast and sweat out. Come back, pick up breakfast, and then hit the site. That's a typical walking site for me. But at times when things are slow, after my exercise, I go to bed again. Sit by my balcony, But I enjoy a lot, I enjoy my work. My work is everything. And also at work, it's fun. These days, 2 of my kids are working with me, so it's family. And the young staff that works with me, we have a very cordial relationship. So there's always fun somewhere. Always we're laughing and on top of each other. So it's not like a typical corporate setting. In my office, it's not corporate, but they deliver.
Okay, so if there is any African youth watching and they are wondering, they look up to you, they admire you, what is the one thing you tell them?
I always tell them about my equation about life and work. And the equation, the formula, is to work hard. Never get tired. Always work hard. Always try to break your own record. Never be competing with somebody else. Compete with yourself. Set your own targets. Make sure you break it, you achieve it. And then be honest. Be honest in every relationship that you have in life. Be it family, be it corporate, be it religion, be it somebody you meet up in the street. It pays to be honest. It can be tough at times though, but Just be honest.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome.